Welcome back to On the Volley. I'm here today, believe it or not, to talk about Arsenal. Now, it's been a while since I spoke about Arsenal. You know, I normally do Celtic, and I've done quite a few videos on Ange Postecoglou at the moment, yeah? But after yesterday's game against Newcastle, I just felt that I had to voice my opinion on how it went. And again, you know, as you know, we lost 1-0, but the talking point is a controversy behind VAR once again. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I watched the game, and to be totally honest, I don't think Arsenal were their normal self. I didn't think we were that good, to be totally honest. I thought, personally, we were poor. You know, you've got some people that turn around and say, well, we wasn't poor, but Newcastle, it's a hard ground to go to. And look, I completely agree with that, because I think they've played 5 home games, or 6, it's 5 or 6, yeah? And I think they've only let in 3 goals in their home games, yeah? So they run a tight ship, yeah? Eddie Howe does run a tight ship. I honestly believe that Eddie Howe's tactics, which was double up on the wingers, okay, Martinelli, Saka, who were basically inefficient, if you like, yeah, because of Eddie Howe's tactics and the doubling up on the marking of them, yeah. They didn't get an opportunity to impose their presence, their style of play on the game, and that had a major effect as well. Now, a lot of people are talking about the fact that we didn't have Odegaard, we didn't have Gabriel Jesus, but we have to take into account that even though we have injuries, and you know, we're talking about 2 very important players for us, Newcastle have their injuries as well. And from what I understand, because I don't know the whole Newcastle team, let's be honest, okay, but from what I understand, what they're saying is they're down to the bare bones. So they're suffering as much as we're suffering. So we can't really use that as an excuse, because let's be honest, okay, injuries are part and package, or part and parcel of the game. We know that. So what we need to look at is, do we have the depth to, you know, take it to the end of the season? Because we saw last season what happened when we had Saliba out, okay, who was a major loss for us. We need to make sure we have the players to come in. Now, Jorginho, or Jorginho, however the pronunciation is, okay, my apologies if I pronounced it wrong. For me, I don't think he should be even in our team. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got Fabio Vieira. I mean, no disrespect to these guys. I'm pretty sure they're good footballers, but they're just not fitting into the Arsenal system from what I see. In fact, you can see that because they're not starters. But we have to rely on them when our starters are out. When you have a starter that's out, and you have a Martin Odegaard that's out, you need someone to come in on the same level as Martin. You can't have somebody coming in to replace him because he's out injured, who is not up to his level, his standards, because then you see what happens. Look, if you look at the stats, yeah, okay, the stat says we had 60% possession, we had 2 shots on target, I think, okay, or they had 2 shots and we had 1. We had 11 corners to their 0 corners. I think they had 1 corner, to be totally honest, but I can't even remember. You know, but the stats doesn't mean anything. We could have had 70% possession, 80% possession, but if you don't put the ball in the back of the net, all that possession counts for nothing. That's all I say, yeah? So I thought it was a very even game, to be totally honest. I don't think there were that many chances. Okay, I think we created 2 chances. They created a couple of chances. And the one that Callum Wilson missed right in front of the goal. I mean, he skied it. It was right there, okay? That was a let-off for us. But, you know, we had a couple of chances as well. And it is what it is. That's football for you, yeah? So I thought the game was pretty evenly matched. And to be totally honest, I think what would have been a fair result there was a draw, because we definitely did not do enough to win the game. That goes without saying. And I think every Arsenal fan, okay, at least every objective Arsenal fan would agree with me. And to be totally honest, looking at Newcastle's home form, I would have been happy with a draw. I would have been happy with a draw, yeah? Now, going back to the VAR decision, for me, the ball was out of play. Now, I'm going to put up now, okay, a couple of photos which are floating around, and on one of them, it looks like a sliver, if that's the right word, of the ball is like over the line, if you like, or touching the line, sorry, okay, which hasn't gone out. It's like about that much. I mean, come on, please. I mean, that's a joke, yeah? And I've been talking about this, okay, right, the rules as they are today, I think is completely ruining the game. So anyway, I'm sure you've seen these. I'm putting them up now. Have a look and see what you think. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. I think everyone's seen it. Everyone's had their say on it, okay? And we'll hit out. Now, a lot of the pundits, okay, have been, so-called experts have been having their say. You know, the ex-referee Dermot Gallagher says that, you know, it was right to award the goal. Gary Neville says it was right to award the goal. Me personally, I think we were robbed. I honestly still think we were robbed. Now, I did a video with Keeper on the game. Yeah, you know, Keepers at Geordie's, Newcastle, watched the game together. And we disagreed, and you know, that's fine, that's obvious we're going to disagree. But what I would ask the Newcastle fans, yeah, be objective, take a look at that, yeah, and you tell me if the roles were reversed, yeah, if that had been Arsenal that scored that goal, you can't tell me that you'd be sitting there, standing there, or whatever, saying, yeah, the ball didn't go out. Okay, and yes, it was a goal. Now, I'm putting the next photo up because Gabriel was pushed. You can see the guy, his hands on him, pushed him down. Judge for yourself. Now, I know, okay, right, that you've seen that as well. There's been a lot of discussions on that as well. Was it a push? Wasn't it a push? Look, let's be honest, okay? I don't know how hard. You could see his hand was on him. You know, sometimes it's given, sometimes it's not. What can I say to that? What can I say, to be totally honest? It wasn't given. They checked it. 3 checks on VAR, yeah? Whether the ball had gone out of play, whether it was a foul, and whether or not, okay, he was offside. They gave the goal. I don't think it was offside, but the push, I would have given it. The ball out of play, I would have given that as well. Now, on the video which I did with Keeper, one of our contributors, he commented and said, don't be a moaning Mini, okay? I can't help it. I have to moan. It's football. It's football. You are going to moan. And I'm telling you something else. If it happened to your team, you'd be moaning as well, yeah? So, look, let's just keep it real. And like I said, we did not deserve to win that game, 100%. I understand that. But like I said, a draw would have been the right result. Now, let's go on to Arteta's post-match interview. Arteta was raging. He called it an embarrassment. You know, he called out the referees, okay, the officials, okay, that basically make the decisions on the VAR, okay, that sit there in front of the monitors. And to be totally honest, it's about time that the managers start. I mean, he's probably going to get fined. He's going to get a fine. He might even get a suspension, you know, a game or two. Because unfortunately today, we're still in a situation where you can't touch. They're untouchables. Referees are untouchables, yeah? And I think that's ridiculous. I think the referees should be held accountable for their decisions, and they should explain it. Why is it that after a game, you can interview the players, you can interview the manager, but you never, ever, ever interview a referee? They're never put in a spotlight, and I believe they should be put in a spotlight. Look, we can't let things like that. I mean, look at what happened with Liverpool, where they came out and they said sorry and that, yeah. But as Arteta said, that could have a major effect at the end of the season. That said, okay, I still honestly believe that you're going to get situations like that. It's going to happen, okay, because it's human error. It's nothing to do with VAR. It's about who officiates, who controls VAR. So we've gone to bringing in this technology, which is supposed to assist the referee. But if you've got somebody in front of it, an official in front of it, that doesn't know how to use it or uses it badly, you know, it's like anything. You know, if you've got a computer and you want some data, it's only going to give you, okay, a result based on the information that you know, type into your computer. It's the same thing here. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's the right, you know, analysis way to explain it. But basically what I'm saying is VAR is only as good as the official who's managing it. Simple. So it's still down to human error anyway. So the question is, were we better off without VAR? Because we still had human error there. It was just the referees in that case. But now we've got VAR, we still have human error. You can turn around and say, well, you know, yeah, it's a lot less, the human error. Maybe. What can I say? Look, the bottom line is we didn't deserve to win that game, whatever happened, okay? We didn't deserve to win that game. Props to Newcastle, yeah. Props to Eddie Howe because he got his tactics right. Props to the Newcastle supporters. I can't remember the last time Newcastle beat us, so I suppose it was coming sooner or later. Didn't like the way it came, but, you know, I've got a soft spot for Newcastle for one reason alone, and that is because their supporters have suffered for years. Now, finally, they have some, you know, investment. You know, they've got money behind them. And I wish Newcastle supporters to get some success because they do deserve it, because they've suffered for a long time, but not at our expense. Not at our expense. That's all I'm saying, yeah? We didn't deserve anything from that game. We didn't deserve to lose, but we didn't deserve to win. Bottom line is, we need to up our game up, and to be totally honest, if we still believe that with Nketiah running the front line as our main striker, that we're going to win anything, I think, you know, no disrespect to Nketiah. I think he's a great guy. He's a good footballer. I just don't think he's what we need at Arsenal. We need, hold on a second. We need a striker, a top-level striker, who will guarantee us 20, 30 goals a season. Nketiah scored a hat-trick last week against Sheffield United. Sheffield United are bottom of the league. So, you know, you can't really turn around and say, oh, well, Nketiah scored a hat-trick last week, yeah? Everyone was bigging him up and that, yeah? It's the least that we expect from Nketiah against a team like Sheffield United. Nketiah needs to come up for the big games. He's got it in him. I'm pretty sure he's got it in him, but I ain't seen it. So, Arteta, he needs to wake up. He needs to go and see, okay, the players which he needs to get rid of, and we're talking about Jorginho, we're talking about Fabio Vieira, and we need to replace Nketiah as a main striker. Maybe put Nketiah on the bench, I don't know, okay? But we're not going anywhere like this. And the worst thing is, if Tottenham win on Monday against Chelsea, they go 5 points in front of us. You know, will that be a major problem? No, I don't think so, because like I've said before, it's too early in the season. Let's see what the situation in the league table is, okay, after the Christmas period, because that will show us and tell us exactly where we are, okay, and who are really, really challenging for the league. But I tell you what, we need to play better than what we did against Newcastle. Simple as. Yes, okay, they doubled up on our wingers, okay, so they made it tough for them. But if that's the case, then we need to have another plan. The objective of the game is to score goals. You know what? I didn't see it. I couldn't see us scoring, to be totally honest. I really couldn't see us scoring. I didn't know where the goal was going to come from. And let's stop using the fact that we're missing players because of injury as an excuse, because it's part and package of football. We know that. So if we have a problem, go out, spend some money, get some players in, okay, that are up to the level and can help us achieve our goal. And our most immediate goal is winning the Premier League. Simple, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, listen, that's it for me. A little bit of a rant, I suppose. I hope I was objective enough. I don't know. You'll let me know. But that's it from me. Misha, I'm out. Cheers.